The Canary Islands, a stunning archipelago off the northwest coast of Africa, known for its diverse landscapes and vibrant culture. Sun-drenched beaches, volcanic peaks, tourists gorging on paella. These are the images that often come to mind when one thinks of the Canary Islands, a paradise for sun-seekers and adventurers alike. But there's an island here, La Gomera, that holds a secret. A secret that is as ancient as the island itself, yet still very much alive today. A language unlike any other, a language that doesn't rely on words but on sounds, a language of whistles, a language of whispers carried on the wind. It's a symphony of nature blending seamlessly with the rustling leaves and the calls of birds, a language that can be heard across deep ravines and echoing valleys. It travels over the rugged terrain, reaching distances that spoken words could never cover. This is Silbo Gomero, the whistling language of La Gomera, a unique form of communication that has been used by the islanders for centuries. Forget your phrase books. Here, communication takes on a whole new sound. It's a language that transcends the barriers of spoken words. Imagine this, you're hiking through the lush, ancient forests of Garajanai National Park. The dense canopy above filters the sunlight, creating a serene, almost mystical atmosphere. The air is thick with the scent of pine and damp earth. Every step you take is cushioned by the soft, moss-covered ground. Suddenly, a piercing, bird-like call cuts through the silence. It's not a bird, but a person, communicating in Silbo Gomero. A local farmer perched on a distant ridge is calling to his neighbor. They exchange messages with ease, their whistles carrying across the vast expanse. No shouting, no cell phones, just the pure, clear notes of Silbo Gomero. It's a reminder of a simpler time when technology didn't dominate our lives. This isn't some tourist gimmick. It's a vital part of the island's heritage, a tradition that has been preserved and cherished. This is a living, breathing language passed down through generations. Elders teach the young, ensuring that Silbo Gomero continues to thrive. It's a language born of necessity, shaped by the island's rugged terrain. The steep hills and deep valleys made traditional communication difficult, so the islanders adapted. A language that speaks to the heart of La Gomera's soul. It's more than just a means of communication. It's a symbol of the island's resilience and ingenuity. So come on, let's explore the world of Silbo Gomero. Let's delve into the history and culture of this remarkable island. Let's hear what the island has to say. Listen closely and you might just hear the whispers of the past carried on the wind. To understand Silbo Gomero, we need to travel back in time. Long before the Spanish conquistadors arrived, the indigenous Guanche people ruled these islands. They were a hardy, resourceful people, deeply connected to their land. And they had a secret weapon, a way to communicate across vast distances using only their lips and tongues.
These weren't just simple signals. This was a complex language, capable of conveying nuanced messages. Imagine trying to herd sheep across a treacherous ravine, or warn your fellow villagers of an approaching storm, using only whistles. This was the everyday reality for the Guanches.
The arrival of the Spanish in the 15th century brought conquest, colonization, and a new language. But Silbo Gomero, stubborn and resilient, refused to die. It adapted, incorporating elements of Spanish, evolving into the unique language we hear today. So how does it actually work, this whistling language? How can a series of whistles convey complex messages and emotions? It's not just about mimicking bird calls. Silbo Gomero is an intricate form of communication that has been passed down through generations. Silbo Gomero takes the sounds of spoken Spanish and transforms them using variations in pitch, tone, and rhythm. 2 whistles for vowels, 4 for consonants. This transformation allows the language to be understood over long distances, even across the rugged terrain of La Gomera. It's a complex system, requiring a keen ear and even keener controls of your whistle. The whistler must be able to modulate their breath and mouth shape to produce the correct sounds.
Imagine a skilled chef taking simple ingredients and transforming them into a gourmet meal. Each ingredient is carefully selected and prepared to create a dish that is greater than the sum of its parts. That's what a Silbo Gomero master does with language. They take the basic sounds of Spanish and transform them into a whistled language that can convey a wide range of messages. With a few well-placed whistles, they can tell you about their day, gossip about the neighbors, or even share important news. They can even bargain for a better price at the market. The ability to communicate over long distances without shouting is invaluable in a place like La Gomera. where the terrain can make it difficult to hear someone just a few meters away.
Want to hear what it sounds like? Close your eyes and listen carefully. Imagine a melody, not of musical notes, but of human words carried on the wind. The whistles rise and fall, creating a rhythm that is both familiar and foreign. It's both beautiful and haunting. The sound of Silbo Gomero is a reminder of the ingenuity of human communication and the ways in which we adapt to our environment. A stark reminder that language can take many forms and that sometimes the most powerful voices are the ones that whisper. Silbo Gomero is not just a language, it's a testament to the resilience and creativity of the people of La Gomera. For centuries, Silbo Gomero thrived in the rugged landscapes of La Gomera. This unique whistling language, developed by the island's inhabitants, allowed them to communicate across the deep ravines and dense forests that characterize their home. It was a vital tool for shepherds, farmers, and anyone navigating the challenging terrain. The echoes of Silbo Gomero were a common sound, a lifeline connecting communities separated by nature's barriers. But, the 20th century brought new challenges. Modernization, urbanization, and the rapid development of technology began to change the way people lived and communicated. The once remote and isolated island started to open up to the outside world, bringing with it new opportunities and conveniences. The lure of the mainland, with its promise of modern amenities and a different way of life, drew many young people away from their traditional roots. The bustling cities and the allure of new experiences made the ancient practice of whistling seem outdated and unnecessary. Suddenly, knowing how to whistle across a ravine wasn't as valuable as knowing how to use a telephone. The advent of telecommunication and later the internet provided instant connectivity, rendering the slow melodic whistles of Silbo Gomero seemingly obsolete in the face of rapid technological advancement.
The language began to fade, a victim of its own isolation. As the older generation who had mastered the art of Silbo aged, fewer and fewer young people took the time to learn it. The vibrant whistles that once filled the air became rare, almost forgotten. By the 1990s, the situation had become dire. The island's cultural heritage was at risk of disappearing entirely. The once ubiquitous sounds of Silbo Gomero were now confined to the memories of the elderly, a fading echo of a bygone era. Silbo Gomero was on the brink of extinction. The few remaining whistlers, mostly elderly, continued to practice their craft, but their numbers were dwindling. The art of whistling, passed down through generations, was in danger of being lost forever. Only a handful of aging whistlers remained, their voices echoing in the valleys, a poignant reminder of a dying art. These individuals carried the weight of their cultural heritage, knowing that without intervention, Silbo Gomero would vanish with them, their voices echoing in the valleys, a poignant reminder of a dying art. The silence that threatened to replace the whistles was a stark contrast to the vibrant communication that once thrived in these landscapes, a poignant reminder of a dying art. The silence that threatened to replace the whistles was a stark contrast to the vibrant communication that once thrived in these landscapes.
But the people of La Gomera refused to let their language die. They recognized the importance of preserving their unique cultural heritage. The community came together, driven by a shared determination to save Silbo Gomero from extinction. They understood that losing Silbo meant losing a part of their history, their identity. The language was more than just a means of communication. It was a symbol of their resilience and ingenuity. It represented their connection to the land and to each other. In 1999, a bold decision was made. The local government, recognizing the cultural significance of Silbo Gomero, took a historic step to ensure its survival. They integrated the whistling language into the education system, making it a compulsory subject in La Gomera's schools. Silbo Gomero became a compulsory subject in La Gomera's schools. This initiative aimed to pass the knowledge and skills of whistling to the younger generation, ensuring that the language would not be forgotten.
Imagine that. In a world dominated by digital communication, where kids are more comfortable with smartphones and emojis, the ancient language of their ancestors found a place in the modern curriculum. Kids today, more comfortable with smartphones and emojis, are learning the ancient language of their ancestors. This blend of old and new highlights the adaptability and resilience of the community. They are learning the ancient language of their ancestors. The classrooms became a bridge between generations, where the wisdom of the elders was passed down to the youth, ensuring the continuity of their cultural heritage. It's a testament to the power of cultural revival and a beacon of hope for endangered languages around the world. The revival of Silbo Gomero serves as an inspiring example of how communities can come together to preserve their unique identities in the face of modern challenges, and a beacon of hope for endangered languages around the world. The story of Silbo Gomero is a powerful reminder that with collective effort and determination, even the most endangered cultural practices can be revived and celebrated.
Now, with UNESCO recognition and a surge in tourism, Silbo Gomero is experiencing a revival. But this newfound fame comes with a price. Is it genuine cultural preservation, or is it turning into a spectacle for the tourist hordes?
Walk through the charming villages of La Gomera, and you'll hear Silbo demonstrations, see it on postcards, even find it on t-shirts. It's become a marketing tool, a way to attract visitors and boost the local economy.
And therein lies the dilemma. Is it possible to preserve the authenticity of a language while also sharing it with the world? Can Silbo Gomero remain a genuine form of communication if it becomes synonymous with tourist entertainment?
It's a delicate balance, one that the people of La Gomera are grappling with every day.